Hey guys, welcome to a new tutorial. I will show you step by step my own shading and highlighting style. This is mainly the style I use for my own drawings, not so much for manga colorings. For that, I have another tutorial linked below if interested. This shading style is a little bit more detailed and complex, but you can absolutely use this style for your manga colorings as well. I made this drawing of Nico Robin from One Piece dressed as Indiana Jones. The line art and base colors are done, so we will just focus on shading and highlighting. We will start on the face because it's the fun part. Grab the same color of the base with the eyedropper tool and go to the color wheel to make it a bit darker, but still on the warm tones. I usually go a bit farther on the red side. This will be our first shade. For this style, I will use the round brush on the painting tab. With a light pressure, start creating shadows across the jawline and up to the side of the face. It's okay if you color over the hair, I will color it again later. Or you can be smarter and have more layers. I was just lazy and have all the colors on one layer. Color on the inside of the ear to create a bit of depth. And also under the neck, creating a diagonal shadow. Add shadows on the lids and behind the nose. This makes the nose look three-dimensional instead of flat. I like adding an extra shadow where there is no line art between the eyebrows to indicate where the bridge of the nose starts. Since she's wearing a hat, we will create a shadow across the forehead to resemble the shade that the hat would make. Now, continue shading following the line art, creating the shadows the clothes would be making on the skin. Now that our base shade is done, we will add a bit more depth to the shading. Drag the color more into the red side and down in the middle to get a not too vibrant maroon kind of color. Apply light pressure on your pen and start coloring above the base shadow, closer to the line art. These stronger shadows will be on specific areas where there will be more shade, such as the forehead where the hat is, under the jawline, and maybe even the ear and clothes, but not on the soft shadows in the middle of the face. Something completely extra that I have been doing recently is adding a completely different color to create a contrast. I now take a purple color and draw above the strong shadow we just created. I'm not sure how to describe what it does, but it gives a softer look to my drawings. Feel free to skip this step though. Now, with the same red tone, I will create a subtle shadow where the hair is falling above her face. What I love about the round brush is that it's not a bold brush, and depending on the pressure you apply to the pen, it will look bolder or translucent, and I love a mixture of both. Now, the lines still look too harsh. We need to blend a little. We will not use a blending tool, but instead more color, but a different brush. With the eyedropper tool, grab the base shadow and select the medium brush under the airbrushing tab. Now softly shade above the harsh lines on the jawline to blend and make it look smoother. Sometimes I go too far into the middle of the face with the shadow, so I typically go back and reverse the effect by grabbing the base color of the skin and subtract the shading. With that same brush, I like to add a little blush with that pink tone, and that same color to add some details on the lips as well. Another one of my favorite things is adding highlight. I feel this completes and brings the artwork to life. I create a new layer and select the blending mode Add. If you're using a different software that does not have this feature, you can just create your own light shade, almost white, and color on the same layer. Then I just add very thin lines all around the edges, close to the line art. You don't want these lines to be too harsh though, so apply a very light pressure. Another thing I usually do is increase the soft brush size and add shine to the nose and other places of the face to make its skin glow more. For the eyes, I did a very simple shading with just one darker color. And then added glow to the eyes to bring it to life. Now, let's continue with the rest of the skin, following the same steps. You do not have to be too accurate here, since it is not as complex as the face. For the hat, same rules applies. I also mix the round brush with the medium brush to achieve a sharp shadows but still blend it a little. Add highlights all around the hat to create contrast. Same with the coat. Since it is meant to be a leather jacket, you want to add a lot of shine around the edges and not too soft shadows, so it creates a better dimension for the wrinkles of the clothes. To avoid being too repetitive, the same rules applies for the rest of the clothes. I will leave the process running and you can see for yourself. Feel free to pause or change the video speed if necessary. For the hair, this one is easy since she has black hair. Therefore, the main focus will be to give the hair some shine. I go on the layer with the blending mode add and select the lighter purple tone. I use the round brush in a small size to color a few strokes on the edges of the hair, but not the whole hair. Some sections will be good enough to show some shine. Then, I like increasing the brush size and tap softly to create a circular pattern horizontally. Then, reduce the size and grab a lighter shade and go above the pattern again. Now you can add any background of choice. So a final extra step. Add a new layer above all the others, but below the top add layer, and select multiply as the blending mode. Select a dark color close to black and create a bold shadow where you think there should be a stronger shade. In this case, it would be the extra shadow created by the hat above the shoulder. Then click on that same layer's opacity and lower it until you feel it looks good. Now add your watermark or signature, review the final product, and make sure you're not missing any details and you're happy with the result. And that'll be it. I understand it's a lot of steps and it may seem a little too complicated at first. This is my own style on shading, but you can do a lot less or even a little bit more if you want to. So I really hope these tips helped you a little bit, and please feel free to comment below if you have any questions or if there's anything else you'd like to see. Thank you so much for watching.